Hi everyone, welcome back to the Roaming Viddler's YouTube channel. Today we're going to look at water ingress issues into our Ford Transit engine bay on our motorhome. Now this is an issue that's probably been pretty well documented over the last few years or so. So I just thought I'd do a video on the main issues and how we actually got around it, because we've had our van for 3 years now, just over 3 years. We bought it brand new, and initially we had some problems, real problems with water ingress into the engine bay, causing some major issues with the ECU. Lights were coming on, staying on, batteries going flat, etc, etc. So let's take a look at the issues. An easy place to look is opening up the bonnet, obviously, on your vehicle, and just check down to the sides where the noise reduction padding is. Down that side, that's driver's side, and over onto the passenger side there. If that's really discoloured, similar to that, then you know you've got some water ingress issues. So let's see where it gets in. Now the actual design for removing water when it's running down your windscreen and draining it out is pretty poor. But what we have to remember, or what you have to remember, is that it's a commercial vehicle. You know, the vehicle's designed to be used on a daily basis, hundreds of thousands of miles of life service. So obviously with a motorhome, we're not doing that. You know, we might get, I don't know, maybe 6 months use of it out of a year, and the rest of the time it could be parked up on your drive if you're lucky enough to have it on your drive, or in storage somewhere. However, I digress. So the actual design for this is when the water runs off of the windscreen, it goes into this scuttle tray here. On the driver's side, there is a scuttle channel here, this small channel. So it collects the water. It collects the water runoff from the windscreen and runs down into this small hole there, collected by this scuttle tray, which directs it down into the gap between the wing and the engine bay. Same on the other side. Scuttle tray directs the water down into there. Now, not too much of a problem, I hear you say. However, there is always a however. Probably more by luck than design. On the driver's side, this scuttle tray here does actually catch any water that gets through from the wiper blade arm, because there is no, as you can see, there is just a hole there. So if this scuttle tray here gets overcome with water because the holes are blocked for any reason, and this scuttle tray gets full up, and the water literally will just pour in through that hole there on the driver's side wiper blade and run inside the vehicle. I say more by design, sorry, more by luck than design. This scuttle tray here actually is underneath. It actually catches the water and directs it out. However, however again, the middle wiper blade, same problem, big hole there, the water just runs in. But in this instance there is no tray underneath here to catch the water, so it cascades in off of your wiper blade mechanism and runs all over the filter, the engine, and runs down inside. So that's pretty crap. So now another thing you may notice is new, I'm not sure about the new vehicles now, but certainly on ours, I think what Ford's did, and this is only a little bit of a guess by me, I think they realised they had an issue, but without having to do a complete redesign of the scuttle tray, etc., then they come up with a bit of a, I say this is my opinion, a bit of a quick fix. So I've actually ditched these a few years ago now. So in between the wing here, in between the wing and the engine bay, down in that hole there, both sides, there is a polythene bag that's filled with some foam sponge rubber. And that was just like, it's sealed, supposed to be sealed, and there's stuff down in there. And what that was actually doing was trying to seal those holes that you can see on the engine bay walls over there and over there. So that's what I think they were used for. But I've ditched them a long time ago because they were damaged. They were damaged. The polythene was pierced and they were full up with water. So allegedly they're for noise reduction, but I think it was a little bit of a quick bodge by Ford. So that's my opinion. So I'll show you what I did to get over the problem. Where this design here is, water was running down off of the windscreen through this gap here, running down and cascading through into the engine bay. So I've just put a small bit of sealant there, just a small bit of sealant there which stops that. But the main thing I've done, and it's not pretty, and you might be able to do a better job yourself, but it's not pretty, but what I've done is I've put some sealant, some silicone sealant down this line here on the edge of the windscreen there, and I've sealed it right down to there, because when the water cascades off of the windscreen, it runs down into this gap and inside here, and it was getting down through there and running all over the place. So it's a reasonably simple thing to do. Like I say, it doesn't look pretty, but I've done it both sides, this side as well. So sealed up around there and around there, because it runs all the way down through there. You can still see some evidence of where it used to run down through. And also, again, just seal that little bit of a gap there. The final bit of sealing I did was I filled up all the holes behind the soundproofing panels, which are here. So behind there, I've sealed there, silicone there, and any other hole down that inside that engine bay. So water, where the water is running down inside there, it's coming back into the engine bay. So I've sealed those holes up there. But the main issue was caused on the passenger side, of this side here. So again, I've sealed these holes here with silicone, because what was happening initially when the water was running into the engine bay, it was running down, you can see this wiring loom down in here, it was running down this loom into this wiring loom, and it was getting into the connections and the ECU, and that's what caused the electrical issues, where the headlights were coming on in the middle of the night, draining the battery. So this is going back 3 years now when we first had the vehicle, so we were on the verge of actually giving it back, thinking, well, and we just bought a brand new vehicle now and we've got water flooding the engine bay like it's like a rusty bucket. But you know, we love the van and we love the setup, so we worked around it, and it was a big issue at the time. However, you know, it was under warranty. You know, Ford's didn't do anything about it. Ford's just denied all knowledge of it, because the dealer took it to a local Ford dealer, and they just, I won't even go into the details, it was just complete denial. One problem I haven't managed to solve yet is the actual water getting in through the middle wiper blade, the wiper mechanism here. It's just the big hole, and it runs in on the wiper blade mechanism here and cascades all over the place. So what I do, I just purchased a small tray which I fit there, and that catches the drips off of here into there. But actually with the silver screen, that tends to prevent it running in there, so that helps, but it still drips into there. I've seen on one of the Chausson owners groups, there is someone, a member I think, who has actually done like a 3D printed drip tray that fits nicely over the top there and catches it, so that may be worth looking at. So there we go. Yeah, water ingress into the engine bay. It's solvable. I'll say it's just a crap design. So I mean, our vehicle was 2020, 70 plate, so I'm not certain if there's been any improvement since then. Probably not. So I hope that's been helpful to you. See you on the next video.